should brands expect relationships to pay off in direct leads and conversion? In other words, you're talking about ROI, right?
Absolutely. And, and I think that the R in ROI also stands for relationship. The conversation comes up in online marketing all the time about, is it about the conversation or is it about the conversion? Well, those two things are very interrelated. Let's take the analogy. You meet a nice girl, you introduce yourself to her, you start a conversation, and then 5 seconds after you've said, how are you, you say, would you like to get married? You're toast. That's never going to happen.
It worked for me.
Well, the heck with this question. I want to hear that story.
It sounds like a short one.
I actually have a funny story on that, but it's way off topic.
Well, Jim, oh, go ahead, Garrett. Sorry, I was going to stay on topic. I was going to say that I think the funny thing is how we define return. Some of the times it's just a matter of a return on your investment. If your investment is asking a question, the return is an answer. If you are trying to start a relationship in which you're getting absolutely no return, where the person's not talking back to you, where the person's not helping you, where the person's not adding to anything, then there is no return on that investment. The interactions and transactions that we have on social are so minute and so small that we can't really expect these huge, monumental, earth-shaking movements from them. They are going to be small and incremental movements back. And that's my opinion on ROI.
I was going to say, I think, to me, this is almost a trick question because of the word direct leads. No, we shouldn't expect every time for a relationship directly to involve a direct sale. Because a lot of times that happens indirectly. You may have a relationship with someone that then leads to them telling other people about you to then bring some interest to your company, and then that leads to a sale. If we're just building relationships and having a lot of friends, then why are we doing this? All businesses are here to make money. That's the goal. So part of the goal is in some way helping to drive sales. But that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen directly all the time. It's sometimes an indirect kind of response, I guess.
So I think it has to be.
Let me ask you this: when a company takes a return on an item, what's their ROI on that?
I can tell you because my fiance works in retail. She's a store manager.
Right.
And I will tell you the ROI of that return is how much more she can sell the person than they're returning.
Right. There's that. But I mean, let's say the customer just doesn't like the product and the customer comes in and returns the product, doesn't want another product. The company has lost money, as far as ROI goes. But, they've gained the goodwill. I hate connecting it to community management. I can understand doing it to social media marketing. But it's how do you put a numerical value on relationships? I mean, I don't look at my wife and say, wow, you're worth $30 today. You did great.
You're like 100 tonight, though.
And so,
it's good that you don't do that.
Yeah, anniversary's coming up. I'm hoping that I make big money. On my blog, I have what I consider ROI on social media and community management. I call it reciprocity of influence. We are exerting our influence to have goodwill and good faith and good times, hopefully, so that those people with their influence can carry it on, and they return their influence back to us by passing on that goodwill to other people and saying, you know what, I had an awesome experience at this store, you should try it out. We've all done it. We've all said, hey, you know what, I had great pizza last night at this restaurant. Go ahead.
I hate to be the crass one in the group, but I mean, like, at the end of the day, in order to continue to be a community manager for a company, the community manager or the company has to make money. It's not the community manager's job to make that money. That's your sales department. That's your marketing department.
It's everyone's job.
It's everyone's job.
Okay,
if you're thinking,
at least from a business owner's perspective.
Okay, but wait a minute.
I'll take that back. It is part of your job to make the money, but the way you do it, is different. The sales department can say, I called 5 people, got 4 sales. That's really easy to connect the dots. But, when you're talking about, a customer just thanked me because I solved his problem without them having to, do a lot of research and call in and talk to a support person. I was able to send them a link, hook them up, and how do you put a value on that?
You're extending the lifetime value of that customer, though, right? That customer is going to continue with your company because you help them.
See, and there's almost two worlds. There's like the Gordon Gekko world, and then the like Mother Teresa world, where the two shouldn't cross. And a lot of people that I talk to in community managers are very empathetic, and they're very community-based, obviously, and they don't. I want to say they don't want to think about the money aspect of things, but I don't know if that's pigeonholing anybody. But it's almost like something where it's to hold both of those ideas that I have this community and at some point we need to profit from them. To have both of those ideas held in your head at the same time is almost painful.
I think that it's really, I don't want to be a salesperson, and I think that if people perceive me as a salesperson, that hinders my effectiveness as a community manager. Having said that, my role to some degree is a sales support role. And that's just the reality that happens to be there. And it's up to community managers in still what is a nascent, evolving role to manage those expectations where management is concerned and balance the perception as to, how far over in the sales side of things we are and how far over in the customer care side of things we are. I think that really responsibility rests with us, because if you're expecting people whose main job it is to bring ROI into a company to be reasonable about their expectations, you're in for a big shock. They want money. That's what they do.
I think the key word in ROI is
wait. Time out. We're over 3 o'clock. Hangout's over.